right? They're not going to get the love once we start the season. But these could be the moves that really set up those skill position players, that set up Caleb Williams going forward.
Yeah, they are the big sexies to me, because that's honestly, if you dive into this a little bit more, this is what everything goes through, especially in a Ben Johnson offense. I'm going to start with the reason that I love getting Drew Dalman in particular. We talked about Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson a little bit last week, and they're solidifying the interior at either one of those guard spots is going to be great. I truly believe that Ben Johnson loves Jonah Jackson. That is apparent from bringing him over. There's a couple question marks, which I'll get to. Joe Thuney obviously has proved himself at multiple positions along the offensive line, which really, I think, should put you at ease as far as, when injuries happen. Joe Thuney has some flexibility. How sustainable that flexibility is, again, question mark. But Drew Dalman in particular is something that I have been begging for the Chicago Bears for years at this point, even going back to Justin Fields, where if you're going to have a young quarterback, if you're going to have a quarterback that struggles to process or is just not used to processing quite yet because the NFL game is completely different than the college game, get a veteran center. Do you guys know where Drew Dalman went to college, by the way? He went to Stanford. Stanford is known, I don't know if you know this, is a really smart school. It's a very smart school to get into. Even if you're a student athlete there are academic requirements that are asked of you that aren't asked at other institutions. AKA, Drew Dalman is extraordinarily smart. I talked to a friend of mine, league evaluator, former center himself. He's the one I trust talking about all of these offensive linemen because he keeps tabs on all of them throughout the league. He told me the words that he used to describe Drew Dalman to me were very smart, physical. He also said, I need to go back to my tweet because I totally forgot what he even the words that he even said. Here we go. Tough as hell and athletic. So those are all things that I want to see in a center, because I want Drew Dalman to be able to look at the defense when they line up and say, that's the guy that's rushing. That's the mic point. We need to slide our protection this way. This is what is going to come your way. This is your hot read. And tell Caleb Williams all of these things pre-snap so that Caleb Williams can focus on other things that he needs to decide on pre-snap, and take that information and say, all right, what am I going to do with that information? Having someone that can make those calls for you, those adjustments, those evaluations, and those decisions pre-snap for you is going to help Caleb Williams tremendously. That center quarterback relationship, I think, is the most important tandem on the field, because it involves the most important position on the field, which is the quarterback, and the one player on the field that is guaranteed to touch the ball every offensive snap. That is why that relationship is so incredibly important. And you now finally have a veteran that is going to come in, that knows what he's looking at, that can take work off of Caleb Williams' plate and make things easier on him. Make it so that he is in a position to succeed. We're going back to the being in a position to succeed. I cannot tell you what a relief it was when I saw the Bears sign Drew Dalman. And again, he's paid like he's the second highest paid center. Is he the second best center in the league? I don't know yet. He did miss. There's some concerns about injury history. He missed 8 games last year with a high ankle sprain. He needs to be able to stay on the field. That's my concern with Jonah Jackson as well, when you talk about concerns about these moves that these guys have made. But should these guys stay healthy, I can't say that I would have wanted the Bears to do anything differently. And I don't think they're done. Just like you said, Norm, we heard Ben Johnson talk about not only the starting 5, but the 6th, the 7th, the 8th offensive linemen. So I don't know that they're going to be as big, and I'm almost positive they're not going to be as big of moves or signings or whatever, but I fully anticipate them still signing more of these offensive linemen, just from the standpoint of injuries are a certainty, and also Ben Johnson really likes using offensive linemen in those jumbo packages in really fun ways. So that's my spiel on the offensive line. You guys know that that's my position. I absolutely adore offensive linemen. I don't think they get enough love, so I want to give them all of the love that I possibly can in any of these, because this is the position group that is going to matter the most come this season.
Well,